Epic Games head Tim Sweeney has poked into a Reddit thread to address concerns that the Epic Games Stor client was showing sketchy behaviors by poking around into unnecessary files. Most of the accusations brought up by the thread are unfounded, though Sweeney notes that one file accessed by the Stor should only be done after a user opts into the feature and will be changed in the future. Both Sweeney and Epic's VP of Engineering W. Vogel address the users for the specific files called out in the thread, offering a somewhat unusual, transparent look at how the storefront interacts with the machine running it. The original author of that thread agrees that the accusations are born out of amateur analysis presented alongside a conspiracy theory while raising concerns that Tencent's minority stake in Epic means the Stor reports private data to the Chinese government. A conspiracy theory Ars Technica says Sweeney has had to refute several times in the past. This time around, Sweeney notes that he's happy to see more and more PC players poking around into and analyzing what their software is doing, but that it's important that facts remain separate from wild speculation when that does happen. In analyzing the results, it's important to distinguish the normal from the abnormal. E.g. much of the commentary is over what the normal open-source Chromium embedded web browser does upon startup, and to separate technical analysis from inflammatory rhetoric, such as the insane claim that we are a bunch of Chinese spies, wrote Sweeney. This thread, meanwhile, says that the Epic Games Stor pokes around in a computer and enumerates running processes on a computer, accesses those in directories for other applications, looks at Internet Explorer cookies, and stores hardware information. Another person in the replies points out that the Epic Games Stor also makes a copy of Steam's local config WAV file if the competing storefront is installed on the same machine. In most cases, those actions are perfectly innocuous and are used to feed data into things like an anonymized hardware survey. Epic support a creator program, explains the response from Vogel. That Steam file is the one Sweeney says will be addressed in an upcoming update. The current setup has the Epic Games Stor pull the local config WAV file from Steam right away, but only uses it if an ex-user tries to import their Steam friends list into the Epic Games Stor. It's a remnant from the early days of Fortnite, Sweeney says, and one that was born out of the pressure he put on the client team to quickly roll out social features for the game early on. You guys are right that we ought to only access the local config WAV file after the user chooses to import Steam friends. The current implementation is a remnant left over from our wish to implement social features in the early days of Fortnite, wrote Sweeney. It's actually my fault for pushing the launcher team to support it super quickly and then identifying that we had to change it. Since this issue came to the forefront, we are going to fix it. Ubisoft's upcoming sequel, The Division 2, isn't just skipping Steam, according to the United Kingdom-based digital game retailer Games Planet. Ubisoft's previously announced Epic Games Stor semi-exclusivity. The game means it will not be sold on other digital stores either once it fully launches. Purchasing the game from one of those third-party websites lends purchase of the code to then redeem on a plane. But it seems that Ubisoft is cutting out the middleman altogether and making it so the game can only be purchased through the Epic Games Stor, other companies on a Play platform, after the game's March 15th release. After this date, the game will digitally only be available through Ubisoft's Stor and another exclusive digital store. This will also be true for all upcoming game content, such as season pass, extensions, etc. Reads the notice on Games Planet. Other third-party stores, like Green Mind Gaming, have also updated their listings for the Division 2 with a similar, but shorter, notice. So far, it's a similar arrangement to when it was announced that the Division 2 WOULDN launch on Steam earlier this year, with the noticeable difference that the star page for the Division 2 was pulled from Steam almost immediately after the exclusivity. Retailers like Games Planet and Green Mind Gaming, meanwhile, will still be able to sell keys for the game up until the second it releases. Ubisoft has said in the past that its deal with Epic has helped boost the amount of money the company itself sees for every copy sold, thanks to a better revenue share and increased traffic to its own storefront. Though it's difficult to gauge the exact effects keeping Steam hands had on the game quite yet, I think the Epic deal is a deal that was important for us, said Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot in a conference call last month, because it really helped us to do actually more of our business on our own store and have a better revenue per unit sold. The Gamasutra job board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location: Pasadena, California. Industrial toys. Creators of Midnight Star and Midnight Star, Renegade, is ramping up to start its next adventure, and looking for new team members to help make it the best yet. Building on hard-won knowledge, as an indie studio, we have joined forces with it to realize our vision of what it means to be mobile to the core. If you are interested in creating innovative experiences that will reach mobile players around the world, join up today. We are seeking a talented server engineer who is passionate about making great games in a fast-paced environment. You will collaborate with design and engineering peers to create new features, systems, and technology for our game. Our high-performing, dynamic team is committed to developing our game with a player-first perspective. The ideal candidate has mobile experience and a proven track record developing scalable systems for live services. With a new, large-scale mobile game, we are pushing the boundaries on every front, so you will get a chance to learn while you contribute. Responsibilities, qualifications, interested. Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Looking for a new job? Get started here. Are you a recruiter looking for talent? Post jobs here. HTC Vive has announced that the Vive Focus, its business-focused standalone VR headset, is getting an upgrade through the freshly reviewed Vive Focus Plus. The Vive Focus Plus comes with the same focus on HTC's enterprise customer base, but adds in upgrades like new controllers with 6 degrees of freedom, 6 TUF capability built in, a more comfortable design, and a handful of hardware improvements. In a press release, HTC Vive notes that the changes introduced with the Plus aim to make the standalone device more easy and comfortable to use, while the 6 dock features ultimately make it easier for devs to port their PC VR projects to the Plus. At Vive, the announcement of Vive Focus Plus furthers our commitment to rapidly iterate and refine the VR market for both businesses and consumers, said HTC Vive's American Gun, and You Look, Brian. This rollout of VFocus Plus leads the way for deeper immersion, more realistic training and simulation, and easier porting of experiences from PC to the standalone category. Though the original VFocus launched in China before getting a worldwide release, the VFocus Plus is due to release in 25 countries during Q2 2019. Splash Damage has released the complete game design document, A Dirty Bomb, onto the world. The 300-page document was initially given to those who debugged the game on Kickstarter, but with development on the free-to-play shooter coming to an end, the studio has decided to make the extensive booklet available to everyone. That means developers and fans can now learn how Splash Damage brought the title to life by poring over hundreds of pages of designs, sketches, system notes,